it's a pretty grim milestone to meet there, but 10,000 deaths in the United States, almost half of those are in New York City alone.
Yeah, it's really remarkable, Laura. I mean, it's a very grim milestone today, 10,000. In fact, it's 10,500 already. I mean, that's how quickly these things are going up over here. It's over 1,000 people dying every day. As you say, 600 of them in New York City. Again, not New York City, New York State, I should say, which includes mainly New York City as far as population goes. 600 again. Look, the only silver lining really was that the governor, Andrew Cuomo of New York, did point out that the death toll in the last 3 days has been around 600. It hasn't actually grown very much in New York. So what he's tentatively hoping that there is some sort of plateau that we're seeing. He says that's a plateau that is, of course, a totally unacceptable level. But that's what he's hoping. That's about the only silver lining in what otherwise is a very sad and ugly story over here.
There is not a nationwide lockdown. There are lockdowns for many states across the United States. But why hasn't there been a nationwide lockdown to now?
There's been disagreements. The scientific experts who are advising Donald Trump have said there should be a nationwide lockdown. Look, Laura, there's about 8 states that are holding out for that. They're often fairly sparsely populated states like Idaho, Wyoming, etc. And the spread of the virus in America has been very uneven. And so in those states, you haven't had much of a spread at all. And the view, Donald Trump's view is, look, don't close down those economies of those states at this point because there's no need to. The scientific view is close them down because otherwise the virus will eventually get there. So you've got that classic tension between the economic imperative and the health imperative.
And there's a couple of states as well that have reported, that they're hopefully reaching the peak. That does mean it's usually a pretty grim couple of weeks ahead still. It's been described as the Pearl Harbor week.
Yeah, it's a very graphic description by the US Surgeon General. Pearl Harbor week, he said. The reason why that's the case, Laura, is because they're expecting the peak in New York to have been reached or at least happen in the next week or so. Also, another real hotspot is Louisiana, where, of course, the city of New Orleans has terribly high rates, the fastest infection rate in the country. Detroit is really an ugly site at the moment now, and also New Jersey. Now, those 3 other places are expected peak in this coming week. And that's why the Surgeon General said this is our Pearl Harbor week, because about 4 very big centres are expected to peak at the same time. So it's going to be a pretty tough week. And I think we'll be seeing more than 1,000 people dying each day for the next week or at least 2 weeks.
Are you noticing even more and more curbs on your social existence at the moment where you are in Washington?
Yeah, Washington's actually becoming quite a bad area. It's abutted by Virginia and Maryland. The infections are quite high here. We're not supposed to leave home for any reason except for essential services. A lot of people at the weekend wearing masks, which I hadn't seen before. A lot of them very much paying attention to social distancing, at least in the neighbourhood that I'm in. I think people are taking it very, very seriously here because they're simply seeing on their television sets what's happening in New York and elsewhere.